Salam and welcome to Chat Time Lessons Learn Urdu Episode 2. मेरा नाम इंस्ट्रक्टर सारा है और मैं आपकी उस्तानी होंगी. For this lesson, we'll be going over how to write each letter of the alphabet. If you forgot your Urdu alphabet, you can review it in Episode 1 right here. Before we start the lesson, you want to make sure you have something to write on. So you can either download the worksheet I made below, or you can use a standard sheet of paper. Have a pencil or a calligraphy pen. A lot of people don't have calligraphy pens, so you can use a highlighter with a slanted edge or a Sharpie with a slanted edge. First, I'm going to write each letter in the calligraphy pen, and then I'm going to write it with a crayon. Feel free to pause the video at any time so you can practice the rest of your letters. So first letter is Alif. Alif looks like a tall line. Think of Alif as the first letter in the alphabet, so it looks like a number 1. So top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. Okay, Be. So Be starts with a slanted line. You pull it across, straight line, and end it with a small curve. Add a dot on the bottom. Be is for boat. So you have this boat with a fish underneath, which is a dot. Start with a slanted line, pull it along to make the boat, and add your dot at the bottom. Next is Be. You'll do the same thing, make the boat, end it with a curve, and instead add 3 dots. Think of Be for pizza. You have this abnormally long pizza crust with 3 pepperonis on the bottom. Make your crust, end it with a curve, and the 3 pepperonis. And once more in crayon. Okay. Next is Be. You'll do the same thing, make the boat, end it with a curve, and instead add 2 dots. And once more in crayon. Next is Te. Te is a dark letter, and you make your boat. Instead of the dots, you're going to make a small toi on top. To make toi, you're going to make a small line, you're going to make a slanted circle, and end it with a stem. The circle will kind of look like a petal. Your line, petal, end with a stem. Next is Se. You make your boat, and you add 3 dots on top. Think of Se for sailboat. You have the boat, and you have a triangle of dots, which looks like a sail. Your slanted line, you pull it along, you make your boat, you add your 3 dots, and Se for sailboat. So here you have all of your boat letters. You have Be, Be, Te, Be, and Se. Jim. You're gonna make the head of the lamp, pull it back to make the neck of the lamp, make the body of the lamp by making the curve, make the bottom and the handle. In the middle of it, put a dot. The dot represents a genie. Jim for genie. Make your line, pull it back to make the neck, add your dot. Once more, the handle, the dot. Next is Che. You're gonna do the same thing, make that lamp. So for Che, think of chicken. You have this chicken with 3 eggs. So it's 2 dots on the top and 1 on the bottom. And once more, head, make the tail, and it's eggs, the 3 eggs. Next is He. He is for hollow. It's a hollow lamp, there's no dots in it. You do the same thing, you make the head, make the neck, pull it out, there you go, you have He. One more time, He. Make the same thing, and add a dot on top. You know when you make He, it makes some spit in your mouth, right? Think of the chicken having spit coming out of its head. The lamp letters, you have Jim, Che, He, and He. Genie, chicken, hollow, and spit. Dal. To make dal, you're gonna make a backwards looking C. So you start, you curve, and you make your C. In our later lessons, we're gonna fix it up, but for now, it's gonna be simple, a backwards C. Dal, dal, our dark letter. So, we had a dark letter before, Pe. Think of the toi on top as a rain cloud. It makes it dark, it takes away all the sunshine. You're gonna do the same thing, your backwards C, your line, your petal, and your stem. For Zal, you're going to make the backwards C and just put a dot on top. So let's just practice it. Backward C, put the dot, backward C, put the dot. Next is Re. So Re starts with a slanted line and it becomes a curve. So slanted line becomes a curve. Think of Re as the sun rays. When the sun rays are out, you want to go to the park and to a slide, right? So sun Re, you want to go to a slide. Next is Re, our dark letter. And what happens when there's a dark letter? You get the rain cloud, toy. So take out the sun's rays with a toy. So let's make our slanted line, our curve, our line, our petal, and our stem. And you have re. Next is ze. You're gonna make the same slide, dot on top. So zal and ze both have one dot. So slanted line and then curve with a dot. Next is je. Je. I know in my last episode I said it was se. It depends on what province you're from in Pakistan. So some say se, some say je. From now on, we're gonna go with je. To pronounce je, think of vision. The je in vision. It should make your mouth tingle a little bit. So je. Okay, so to make je, let's make the slide in 3 dots. So 1 dot on top and 2 underneath. So when you're making your dots, you wanna make sure you make it pyramid fashion. You start from the bottom up. Whatever has more bricks on the bottom, you start with that. Next is scene. You make 1 loop, another small loop, and then you make the tail. Think of scene as the sea. There's lots of waves in it, right? So you make 1 wave, make another wave, you end it with a loop. So 1 wave, another wave, and you end it with a loop. Sheen, you make 1 wave, another wave, and a loop, and then 3 dots. 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Swad. To make this, you're gonna start with a slanted circle, curve it upwards with the stem, pull it back, and make a tail. Zwad. So you're gonna do the same thing, slanted circle, make your tail, and put the dot there. The infamous toy. You're gonna start with a line, make it nice and long. You're gonna make a petal-like circle, and with the stem. Once more, right where it ends, you're gonna make a petal, and then a stem. And once more, zoe. Make a petal, the stem, and a dot. And again, stem, dot. N. N is a small hook and a big hook. Your small hook, bring it out, you bring it back in, make a nice big fat hook. Small hook, bring it out, once more in crayon. Ren. Do the same thing, you're gonna make a small hook, bring it out, and add a dot. Once more, you're gonna make a small hook, bring it out, make a big hook, and put the dot. Fe. You start at the bottom of the circle, you're gonna make small neck, and then make a boat with a curve at the end, and you put a dot. You're gonna make a small circle, neck, big boat, and a dot on top of the circle. Once more, and you put a dot. The next letter is qaf. Qaf. Now I know in my last episode I said that it was qaf and qaf for these letters and they're the same sound, but it depends on what province you're from Pakistan, and we're gonna change it to qaf. Qaf. So there's a difference, one's harder, one's softer, qaf and qaf. It's gonna feel like you have something opening like this from the back of your throat, and your throat's gonna feel very scratchy. So qaf. Qaf. To make this, you're gonna make a small head, bring it up, make a long neck, and make a big tail, and 2 dots. So circle, long neck, tail, 2 dots. Next is qaf, the actual qaf. You're gonna start with a slanted neck, make a boat, and then a long diagonal line. So slanted neck, boat, long diagonal line. Qaf. Qaf. Slanted neck, boat, diagonal line, and parallel line on top. Once more, and another parallel line. And that's a qaf. Lam. Lam is going to be straight down. You make a big tail. Now think of lam as a ladle. You have the long handle, and then you have the part that holds the soup. So lam, ladle. Mim. To make meme, you're gonna make a small line going up, circle, pull it out to a stem, and quickly make a straight line going down. So once again, small line, small circle, line going down. We're gonna make noon simple and call it a bowl, dot in it. Straight line going down, curve it. Do you see the difference between be and noon? Notice that noon is not a bow, it's a bowl. Vowel. For this, you're gonna make a small circle, pull it down and curve it out. Circle, pull it down and curve it out. Choti hai, you're gonna start with a slanted line, curve it really quickly and connect it. Your slanted line, curve it really quickly. The first line where you started the circle, that should be a bit longer than your ending point. So, choti hai, and okay. Do chashmi hai. Do chashmi literally means two eyes. So you're gonna have two circles in do chashmi. So you start with the circle. Once you get to the top, you're going to cut it in half and end with a stem. And a few more times. And do chashmi hai. Hamza. Think of Hamza as the first hook you made on an. So you're gonna have small hook, pull it out, you have Hamza. Your hook, going out, straight line going back, and Hamza. Chotiye is a little difficult, so I'm gonna simplify it on here. It's gonna be, it looks almost like an S. So you start from the top, you make a curve to the left, big loop, and end with the tail. Badiye, badiye. So for this one, we're gonna make it simple as well. We're gonna make a small line and then turn it to the left, make a nice angle, and then just make a straight line going across. So once more, down, angle, straight line going across. So those are all the letters for now in their basic forms. Later on, we're gonna get fancier with it, but for now, we're gonna master the basic shapes. I know it was a lot for one video, but guess what? You're halfway there to learning basic Urdu reading and writing. In lesson 3, we're gonna go over connecting these, so you want to make sure you master lesson 2. Again, I'd like to say bahut shukriya. Hope to see you in the next video, or Khuda Hafiz.